Ever found yourself wondering if the person you're dating could really be the one? You're not alone. You start feeling those exciting butterflies in your belly, but then you may get flooded by fear of heartbreaks too. If you want to learn what's actually important for lasting soulful connection in a secure relationship, stay with me because I will go beyond superficial lists of qualities and help you develop deep inner knowing. Most women that I work with struggle because they don't feel confident about their choices. It can be that they fell in love before and experienced heartbreaks, or it could be that they may not know how it feels to be in a good relationship. Very often, we experience a lot of drama in our families. Naturally, we become petrified when we start falling in love. Before I tell you how you can effectively be confident about making choices in love, let me warn you against the most common mistakes that many women make. If you address these, it will be much easier to recognize the real thing. Ready? One of the big problems is that a lot of you rely on superficial characteristics of what you want in a partner. These are some cultural and lifestyle considerations. For instance, a lot of women care about financial fitness, attractiveness, education level, and so on. Don't get me wrong, these are important and I don't want you to disregard these characteristics. This is the first level of consideration, but they are not necessarily guaranteed that the person is relationship ready or good for you. Have you ever seen couples who are completely gorgeous together? They have a similar cultural background and education. They have the same goals. But in a couple of years, they realize that they have nothing in common. They may discover that they don't even like each other. When they're breaking up, everyone is shocked. You may look compatible on the outside, but you may lack chemistry and connection because there are some other aspects that are lacking. Stay with me because I will reveal those in just a couple of minutes. One of the biggest obstacles to healthy relationships is when you don't understand yourself and your deep emotional needs. The problem is that a lot of women don't know how it feels to be in a good relationship, to be loved, appreciated. Even if your family loves you, you may be conditioned to feel that you need to work hard to be acknowledged, loved. So, although we know what we want, an attentive, loving partner, we may not know how it feels to be in such a relationship. This is also related to having a superficial set of criteria. For instance, a lot of women are attracted to someone who's intellectual, but we often confuse it with the level of education. Many think that if someone has a college degree, they should be fun to chat with. They must be smart, right? They may be smart, but I've met some very educated people and didn't enjoy conversations with them. They were kind of dull and simple, concrete thinkers. I also met some people who didn't finish high school and enjoyed deep philosophical conversations with them. So you see how not understanding yourself and relying on superficial qualities can lead you to be wrong about people. I personally like to be connected intellectually with someone, but checking off education level box isn't it. This is why it's important to know yourself, your desires, needs. It all starts from you. Do you know what makes you happy? How it feels beyond the check boxes? This is something that I help my clients figure out. When they dial down this, it becomes so easy to attract quality men. Another problem is that a lot of you focus on desire for the person, thinking that if you are in love with someone, that means that he's right for you. All you need is love, right? Well, we can go into philosophical debate about that, but first we need to identify what love is. Love isn't just dopamine-driven emotional up and down roller coaster with someone. Love involves consistency, care, open communication, respect, and so on. So, butterflies in your belly are not a good indicator of potential for lasting love, but observing your feelings is essential. Crazy, huh? Sounds confusing, but if you stick with me, I will explain different ways in which being in touch with your feelings matters when you are choosing a partner. But for now, let's understand what happens when we continue making these mistakes. What are the consequences? A lot of us have been there. Basically, we all wind up thinking that relationships are difficult, but they really don't have to be. Here are some examples of what you may be experiencing if you are an overfunctioning love seeker. Have you ever found yourself in a situationship or a relationship that goes nowhere with a partner that can't make you happy even if they try? After unsuccessfully trying to make the relationship work, you break up and find yourself exhausted with diminishing hope that love and relationships can be happy and potentially easy. Of course, it makes sense that you become reluctant to date, fearing yet another heartbreak. All of this leads you to create even more limiting beliefs about yourself, love, man, and life. What kind of beliefs? For instance, love is only for the lucky ones, or all good men are taken. Does this resonate with you? Let me know what you think down below. Here is a brilliant idea. How about if we stop doing it in this ineffective way? Let's do it right this time. There are various relationship skills that nobody teaches us. Making a good selection is one. So, before you give your heart to the first breathing, somewhat cute human, you need to see if you two can be happy together in a long-term relationship. Naturally, you want to know how to know if this is just a fling or is it safe to keep investing your feelings. This is something that I teach in the Right Partner Radar, which is just one of the steps of my Secure Love Creators framework. And this is not an all or nothing thing. This is a process. You need to take your time to figure this out. You don't want to make quick decisions. But how? I'm about to reveal concrete things you need to be looking for. Here are some criteria to consider. The first is obviously the superficial criteria, which are important. We are talking about lifestyle compatibility, being attracted to someone, education level, cultural compatibility, and so on. Although there are women who date someone that doesn't match their aspiration, most of women I work with are pretty good at determining this aspect. Basically, you have to be attracted to this person and you need to want a similar lifestyle. It wouldn't be right if you wanted to live in a city and he wants to raise alpacas in the Andes, right? So this is the easy part. But you shouldn't be stuck on the checklist only. Yes, have some standards that are absolute deal breakers and things that are important to you. However, many women miss one important aspect. We will talk about it. One of the most important aspects to consider if you want to know if someone is right for you or not is your feelings. I know it's confusing because I explained how relying on your feelings can be a mistake, but stick with me if you want to know how to do this and two major things to look for. This should be a separate video or even a book, but I will briefly explain it here. The problem is that a lot of you don't take the time to discern if someone is right for you. You just fall in love and cross your fingers in hope that things will work out. Many are enamored by the initial connection and very soon you start overfunctioning to keep the relationship going, even when you're not happy in it. You're kind of addicted to that dopamine butterfly feelings, even if they come with the extreme lows when this guy doesn't call you, for instance. Instead of being driven by emotions, I will show you how to actually use your emotions to determine if someone is right for you. So, how should you feel if you want to have a long-term healthy relationship? There are two things to look for. Ready to hear? You should feel gradual growth of mutual affection while also feeling secure as well. No emotional ups and downs. Think of gradual growing excitement and feeling safe at the same time. If you're like most women, you may not know how it feels to feel these two feelings at the same time. This is why there is a little bit of healing you need to go through. But fortunately, there is a Secure Love Creator method that allows you to do this while dating and looking for love, or if you're already in a relationship. This is something that I help my clients with. I shed the light on their blind spots that they may be missing, so you don't have to take several decades to find a partner ready for forever love. You can do it in just a few months. There is a specific method for doing this. Let's understand why you may not know how it feels to feel both secure and excited. The reason is that you may be stuck in an overfunctioning anxious mode, trying to make the relationship work, instead of mindfully observing and discerning. This is often because of unresolved past trauma or wounding. When you heal enough and resolve some of old relationship wounds, you will easily know if he treats you in the ways that show that he's ready for a relationship with you. If you have some old relationship wounds that cause attachment trauma, you may go with the flow even when your needs are not met, hoping against hope, and gaslight yourself thinking that you are too needy and your expectations are too much. That will not lead to a secure, healthy relationship because you will be resentful and your partner will feel helpless and not know how to make you happy. So if you like someone and want to know if he is a good candidate for a long-term relationship, you should feel mutual growing affection and emotional security simultaneously. Are you ready to find out what else matters when figuring out if he's the one? Here it is. You need to observe how he treats you. His actions will tell you everything. You see, when you learn to honor your own feelings in a relationship, this third step becomes very simple. He's meeting your needs or he's not. There are two things to look for. The first one is his actions and words need to be matched. He means what he says and keeps his promises. He doesn't just say things in the moment of passion without intention to follow through. The other important aspect is looking if he is consistent in his efforts in courting you. You will not need to feel confused about where you stand in the relationship with him. You will know. When a man wants you, he will do everything to get you. I'm talking about quality, relationship-ready man. He will pursue you and want to spend more time with you as the courting stages progress. No need to be convincing him, wondering about where you stand and all that drama. I want you to know that meeting these kinds of people is not only possible, but it happens consistently when you know how to date and court with the intent of creating a secure, healthy relationship. No need to wait several years to heal and then seek a partner. The Secure Love Creator method is designed to help you heal while applying effective courting strategies for finding the one. Are you ready for it? I'm looking for 3 women who want to fast-track their way to finding Mr. Right while avoiding ghosters or players in the next 30 to 60 days. If that's you, click the link below to book a call and I'll share the details with you.